Yep.
Thanks, man. All right. Have you ever given thought to the middle of nowhere and what that truly means? Well, I traveled to a few different places so far, and I can truly say that Hawaii is beautiful, but it can really give you a sense of how small you are in the eyes of nature. I'm going to give you guys a heads up on a drive, a climb, and a swim that happened in about 14 hours of a trip that I'd made to Hawaii. It all began with the trip. We made it to Hawaii. My friends lived there at the time in a mountain town, and the main city was called Kona. It's on the big island of Hawaii, which is also known as just Hawaii. We all decided to take a trip to the southernmost beach in the United States, which is also the most secluded beach in the United States. The drive alone took 2 hours, and we drove through 2 to 3 climate zones, mini climate zones, which are places where on the island that the climate is so different that the landscape totally changes. So driving for the first hour and a half, we're going through a lava rock field, well, landscape really, and it's as far as the eye can see. You can just imagine black rock everywhere. Nothing grows, nothing lives. As far as you can see, hills and hills and hills. And off into the distance you can see a green tree line. Well, you get to the tree line and it's literally like you snap your fingers or you blink your eyes and you're in a rainforest. And this is like it's called the Hilo side of the Big Island, which is where the most rainfall annually per year happens. And it's literally like you blink your eye. You're in a rainforest from nothing to everything. You can't see within 6 feet in front of you. So finally getting back to the rocky landscape after the rainforest part, we come to a dead end of a road which a couple locals are hanging around, and we asked them what's the way to Green Sand Beach, which my friends had been there before, but it had been a while and they wanted to make sure that we were all going to make it there. So we get to this hike, which is through a rocky landscape, up and down. We're all beat, we're battered, it's hot, nobody had the right clothes on, all the girls had flip-flops, blah blah blah, everybody's in their bathing suits, towels. Well, it's a day on the beach. You never know you're going to walk through 3 climate zones to get there. So the 2-hour hike is about 2 miles through this crazy land. We finally get to the end, and out you come to this alcove, and you come to a cliff, and it's, I would say, 100 feet, 150 feet deep. And you're standing there, you're looking out, and that's Green Sand Beach. It's a collapsed cinder cone. It's an old dormant volcano that collapsed into the ocean, and it became the most secluded beach. You get at the top of it, you're looking in, it's 150-foot cliffs all around, and the only way to get down is a rocky little staircase that the natives have made for you to walk down. And again, everybody being in flip-flops and their beach stuff, everybody had a hell of a time getting down there. So finally climbing down, you're standing on a beach, which the sand is actually green. It's from the olivine crystals in the cinder cone from when it collapsed into the ocean. It mixes with the earth and the water, and it becomes like a greenish sand. It becomes real fine. It's one of the finest sands in the world. So we finally are on the bottom, looking up into this big canyon cove of a beach, and the waves inside are, of course, I would say anywhere from 13 to 15-foot swells, which are huge. My friends and I decide to take a swim. It gets a little crazy out in the middle. You really realize where you are, that you're in the middle of nowhere and that these waves are trumping you. So I'm out in the middle of this swim with a friend of mine, and he decides to start riding waves. And I guess because he's a Hawaiian native at this point, been there for 2 years, he took a swim and did just fine. I took a swim and I got spit back on land like you wouldn't believe, and I hit the ground so hard. And I'm telling you, these waves, and I just think I'm going to take a nice little quiet ride as like a belly surf, you know. No, just got spit right back on. And as I'm laying on the land, I literally realized how small that nature can really make you seem. And then I look out, and I'm looking at these 100-foot cliffs. And this room is probably 13 feet tall. So stack another 13 or 12 on top of that, and that's how high these cliffs were that I was standing in the middle of. It was truly a wild thing. So as we're sitting there in the middle of nowhere, we decided it was time to head home. And realizing how small we really were, and that we had to walk back 2 hours to the car, it was pretty obvious that it was time to go home. And that was Green Sand Beach. And I hope you guys get to check it out someday.